Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since I have posted a video. I really miss you guys, and if you're new to the channel, I am Cindy and I'm based in Sydney. I am a previous occupational therapist, so I make videos all about OT and exiting OT and going through this career transition. So yeah, if you want to follow me, you can, and you can subscribe to my channel and give this video a like to help me out. So yeah, let's get to it. So as you can see, I don't have a makeup on. I'm going to put my makeup on while I talk to you. In today's video, I'll be talking about how did I get a non-OT interview, because I'm trying to transition out of OT now, and I have had about, I think, 4 interviews already that are not OT jobs. So yeah, it is very different, the whole process. So let's get into it. So first I'm just going to do my eyebrows as usual. Actually, I bought this recently. It's the Kill Bill brow pencil, which I do want to try. I got this because I wanted to just have 2 pencils just in case. So it looks like that. So what I usually do, ooh, cool, okay, feels different. And then, so what I do is I just brush my brow hair first. Let me see, where's my mirror? Okay, so let's talk about how I prepared for applying for job interviews, not job interviews, job applications, and which sites I've looked at. So it really depends on what industry you want to get into. So for me, I've been looking at UX design, any tech jobs, any customer experience jobs, and then I looked more into marketing jobs, and specifically digital marketing. So the reason why I wanted to, so a bit of a backstory, why marketing. The reason why I wanted to apply for a marketing role is because I really like how digital marketing can really help a lot of people in such a big scale. So you can help a lot of brands and businesses grow, and I think I like how you get to focus on what does the customer need, what are their pain points, what are the different ways we can interact with them on a digital platform. So I think that's why I found it really cool, and I think definitely YouTube has contributed to my interest in social media and the power of social media and how people can grow such a big community. And yeah, it's just really fascinating to me. So that's why I am getting into the world of digital marketing. So yeah, so for those who are interested in this field, continue watching, and I hope this video also helps those who might not be sure about what to do next, but also get an idea of where to look, which job engines to look at, and how to different ways to approach job applications. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is job engines. So my favorite one is definitely LinkedIn. So if you guys have used LinkedIn before, there is a job section, so you look for jobs, and it's pretty similar to any other job engine, but the difference is that you get to actually see who the recruiter or the hiring person is, and you can actually go onto their LinkedIn profile and actually message them directly, which I really like. Another thing about LinkedIn is that what I noticed is a lot of the jobs that I were looking at were also not on other job engines and just on LinkedIn. So I do really recommend you checking out LinkedIn, because I do think that people do post more jobs, especially in marketing industry, or in the tech space. So really like have a go. And some things that really helped me through this journey of navigating what I want to do, which field I want to try next, was definitely reaching out to people on LinkedIn as well. So what I did is I would look up some roles I was interested in. So firstly, I did a lot of information interviews. So information interviews are basically just like chats with people about their job, and I actually would DM them on LinkedIn and ask a time to chat with them via video call. So that really helped, and I got to understand what UX design was, and I also got to interview an SEO specialist, and I think that was when I was really interested in like digital marketing. The reason why what you might be confused, like why I'm not looking for like a UX design role, is that right now, like, I'm still interested in it, but I'm not sure if I just purely want to work with apps and websites when it comes to product design. I'm still trying to figure out like in which specialty I want to do product design, and I also know that right now people are really struggling to find jobs in product design or UX design, and that's because of the like it's highly saturated, and it's a lot harder to get in if you don't have a degree. So now there is a degree in like design, UX design, so like a master's degree, and I think that's a great way for people to get internships and actually secure a job afterwards. So I'm not too keen on boot camps because I can't afford it, and it doesn't guarantee you a job. So that's why I kind of putting that on a hold and exploring other areas. So yeah, and so for LinkedIn, it's really something I didn't realize is that when you're looking for jobs, I'm not sure how important it is to have a LinkedIn profile for an OT, because in my experience it didn't really matter if I had a LinkedIn profile, but it did help for people to reach out to me. But yeah, I do have friends who don't even have a LinkedIn profile. So but then if you're looking for a non-OT job, I realized that it is really important for you to create one. It is basically a profile where people can find you if they want to hire you, and they can look up like your work experience, also what you've done, like or any volunteering that you've done. So I think it's for me, I kind of use it as a way to network as well. So to network with other working professionals and grow my network. And there's this thing with jobs, is that the more people you know, the easier it is to get a job, and I think that's really true. Yeah, like you rather work with someone that you know than someone you don't. So I think it is so important to network, and as an introvert, I definitely have struggled with doing it naturally. Like I'm someone that usually prefers to stick with the same friends, people I trust. I rarely like go out and make new friends these days, especially also because I'm not working at the moment, and I just I think I just feel more comfortable with talking to familiar faces. Not saying that I'm not open to making new friends, but I found this whole experience really tough because I have to talk to so many new people. But with my personality, I'm very curious, so I do like to learn about people. So that kind of keeps me motivated. I like to learn about different industries. So yeah, so if you're an introvert like me, focus less on like how people think about you, but more on like what can you learn about them, and yeah, and like something that you're in, like why are you interviewing them, like because you're interested in their fields, you're interested in what they do, and interested in them like as a person, to see if you're similar, and whether like this profession is for you or not. And I think that's I think it just focuses less on yourself and makes you feel less, I guess, self-conscious. Yeah, a lot of times I feel a bit of like a imposter syndrome about like feeling a bit out of place, like doing all of these information interviews and saying that I'm an OT, because it's such a different field from any other ones that I'm looking into. It's not in health at all. And yeah, like there will be a lot of times when you'll get asked like, why are you quitting? Is an OT like a stable job? I get these questions even during interviews, so make sure that you prepare yourself for this question. I honestly like feel more prepared because my friends have been asking me this question, and other people have been asking this question, so I kind of like I'm really clear on like why. So I guess if you don't know why, start off with like thinking about the top 3 things that made you want to quit OT or want to leave this profession, and then think of like 3 things that you want to and I think when you're thinking about these 3 things, try to make it seem less negative and focus more on the positives, like, oh, maybe I want more room to grow in like other areas, and I want to make an impact on a larger scale, or like something like that, because I don't think anyone wants you to shit talk about a profession or about a job. And everyone has different, everyone has different opinions, so sometimes I think sometimes like when we when we should talk about a job and profession, it also makes us seem like a person who always focuses on the negative and not being very grateful for like where we're at. So I think it's important for us to focus on the positive and show them that we're someone that's like open-minded and just looking for something different. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put on this video is gonna be a long one. I haven't really done my makeup yet. As you can see, I'm not very good at multitasking. So the other platforms that I have used is also Seek, as you know, very well known, and Indeed. So I actually got a few interviews from there. And I found that with these 2 search engines, it's just by luck like whether you can find anything good, because I realized that a lot of them I seem not to find like things that I like. And if you're looking into marketing, there's more like brand marketing positions for a brand or for a company, like in-house marketing, rather than like an agency. So yeah, if you guys don't know these terms, don't worry, it's just a different field. So like in marketing, like there's 2 different like types of settings you can work in. You either work for a brand or you work for an agency, where the agency works for multiple brands and companies. So yeah, if you're interested in like entering marketing, I've heard that starting up in an agency is a good step into the industry because they usually do have a lot of entry-level roles, and you don't need a marketing degree to get a job. And I think that's really great because they are really open-minded. They don't judge you based on your degree, but I would definitely recommend you to position yourself with a unique experience and make sure that you show them your personality and your willingness to learn quickly and ask questions, take notes, things like that. And yeah, so another thing I wanted to mention is how I like did my cover letter and resume. So yes, if you're applying for a different role other than OT, you will definitely have to change it. So I can give you an example of my one as well if you want to have a look at it. And so for my resume, I really tried to put the relevant experiences at the top. So for example, putting the digital marketing course that I did at the top, and all of the other ones that are relevant, and then putting in like the most relevant like work experience or personal projects, and then highlighting on like the skills that they are looking for. So if you look at their job description, you can see the skills that they're looking for and knowledge, so you can put that in your resume as well. Because a lot of recruiters, when they look through your resume, they don't have time to scan for things, so making sure that everything is clear and everything is parallel to the job description can help them realize that you are the right candidate. Keeping the resume short, so like 1 to 2 page is usually the best. Make sure you don't have too much writing, and when you're talking about the job that you did before, making sure that you write like the impact that you made. I myself didn't, like with OT, it's hard to quantify like performance or like how the impact that you had, so that's why I didn't really have have a lot of examples like that. But what I can think of for OTs is that you can mention that you are able to transfer a lot of skills like communication skills, project management skills, which is like handling like a caseload, and like being able to problem solve, being able to manage your time, organizational skills, being able to present information. So these skills are very important. So don't think that you have no skills at all that's useful in any other industry. So those are the things I kind of highlighted on. And then for my cover letter, I would start with like talking about myself, like introducing myself, like starting with, instead of saying hi, like my background is like, instead of saying OT as the first thing, say that you are studying X, like what you're studying, so what industry you're getting into. For example, I am studying UX design, or I'm studying digital marketing. So write that, and then say, after that you can say, yeah, I have a background in healthcare and these are the skills that will help me for this position. So the thing I had to get used to is definitely like learning to not introduce myself as an OT, but as a student, someone who's studying a different industry that I want to get into, and then say I have a background in OT, and then that's when they feel like, okay, like you're not just like your identity is not around being an OT. So that's why yeah, it's been a struggle, because every time I introduce myself, I'm so used to saying that I'm an OT. But remember, you if you want to transition, it's good to get into the habit of saying that, of not saying that, I guess. Yeah, in the cover letter, I make sure that I research a lot about the company, about their value mission, and find values that you can relate to. And if you can find examples of how you can show that, that'll be good as well. But I think I usually talk about that in the interview. I talk a lot about what got me interested in this field, based on like my experiences, because that's something that you can't really talk about in the resume. And if there's anything, like any examples that you didn't get to say in your resume, you can also put it in your cover letter to emphasize like, oh, this is how I demonstrated this skill, and anything, I guess, when you're, depending on the industry, but it's also quite useful for you to like look at their website, any particular projects that they have done and something that you're interested in, and then at the end of the cover letter we'll talk about the like kind of like my career interest and mission in a way, and how this position will help me achieve that. So yeah, it's always good to have a cover letter that's personalized, because they will get a lot of applicants, so you want to look different. You don't want to just be a number, and if you really want to stand out, you can also reach out to someone that works for the company and get a referral. So I actually asked my friend who worked for a company to get a referral, but at the same time I still did the interview. I still did everything else like cover letter and resume, and then yeah, I got called. So it's very helpful if you do know someone. So you could, if you don't know anyone, go on LinkedIn and look for the look at the company, see who works there in that team, and ask them for a chat and see if they can do like an internal referral, and yeah, or if you can try to find their like hiring manager and send them like their resume and cover letter directly to them via LinkedIn. So this will definitely make you stand out. You can ask them more specific questions about the role, and yeah, like being proactive with following up with them is so helpful, because they're probably really busy trying to find people, trying to like follow up with other people. So I think it's nice when there's candidates that can reach out to them. So yeah, I think that's basically all of the tips that I have for you to get an interview. And then let me know if you want me to create a video on like how to do these type of interviews, what my experience was like. So yeah, just going to fix my hair and get ready to go. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you next one. Bye.